Welcome to PTI, guys. We have Anthony, Eli, and Ryan, Anthony, and Eli, and Reno Sports here. So we're going to talk about Super Bowl contenders and maybe some division winners here. I'm going to start over here with Ryan. Who do you think is going to come out of the NFC?
I think it's obvious. I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to repeat as NFC champions. I mean, that roster is just way too good to not. Even if Kyle Shanahan messes up in the Super Bowl, the roster is just so good. You have a great quarterback in Brock Purdy, great wide receivers if they figure out the Brandon Ayuk situation, a great tight end in George Kittle, and an amazing defense.
All right, I'm going to go over here to Anthony. What do you think is going to come out of the division?
I think it could definitely be the Lions. I don't think the Niners will do it because they just keep choking in the playoffs. And the Lions only lost the NFC Championship because they were inexperienced in the playoffs. Now that they have that experience in the playoffs, I will definitely see them coming out on top in the NFC, even above a team like the Niners, who they lost to last year.
But the 49ers literally beat the Lions in the playoffs last year.
Barely. They came back, but now that the Lions have that playoff experience, I think the Lions will be able to beat the Niners pretty easily, honestly.
I have a question for you, Ryan. The 49ers, they've made it past their conference final in 2 years recently, and do you think they can finally break through and win a Super Bowl?
Yes, because you see Brock Purdy last year, when in the whole offseason, he had to rehab his arm. This offseason, he's going to be able to use that time to get better and grow as a player. And we've made some great offseason additions. I mean, we drafted Ricky Pearsall. I think he could be another great receiver for the 49ers, producing like Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel.
I don't think the Niners even come close to the Super Bowl, honestly. There's too many obstacles. I won't deny that they're a good team, but even if they make it to the Super Bowl, the AFC is too stacked, no matter who comes out there. I think it's going to be the Texans, but if it's the Bills, if it's the Chiefs, if it's anyone else, they're going to struggle to be able to beat them in the Super Bowl once they actually get there. So
I think the Niners could beat anyone in the AFC except for the Chiefs. I mean, really, the Chiefs I think the Niners have the best overall roster in the NFL. It's just the Chiefs know how to win games. That's why no one can beat the Chiefs. But I think any other AFC team, whether it's the Ravens, the Bills, the Texans, I think the 49ers will beat them, because even though Kyle Shanahan messes up in the Super Bowl, I think he's still a great coach and will be able to coach them and win a Super Bowl.
Sticking with division winners, who's going to come out of the AFC this time?
I have the Texans personally coming out of the AFC. I think they'll be able to build a strong team if they're young, and they have C.J. Stroud, who just came off of a tremendous rookie year, and he'll only get better. Tank Dell is a great wide receiver. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is going to be great, and I think they'll be able to put together a great playoff push and ultimately get them to the Super Bowl.
I do agree with that. I think the Texans are going to come out of the AFC. Even though it could be a little early, the Texans are... I mean, last year they had a great team, and this year they could have an even better team, adding Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon and Danielle Hunter. I think they could easily come out of the AFC, and I think they beat the Ravens this time, and the inexperience won't get to them. Yeah.
I have a question for both of you, because you guys both said the Texans, and you guys talked a lot about Stephon Diggs. How much does his consistency matter on that team in order for your guys' success?
Well, I think that even though Stephon Diggs had not a good second half with the Buffalo Bills, I don't think that really matters anymore, because the Texans have such a great receiving core with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. So even if he's not having a good game, you still have both of those guys to look at, not even mentioning their tight end, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, I think what really matters is that C.J. Stroud finally has a weapon. Even if Stephon Diggs isn't at his prime form, I think the fact that C.J. does have a true number one option to throw to is really going to help him and push him forward. And like you said, Nico Collins and Tank Dell are also both really solid options. So.
All right, well, thank you for joining us here on PTI. I am Reno Sports. That's Ryan, Eli, and Anthony. We'll see you guys next time.